Greetings and salutations. We are back with more Dungeons and Dragons, Land of the Shattered Star campaign. Huzzah!
Yeah!
So last week, Injir was on trial.
Yep. And he was sent to his death, and we never will see him again.
That is totally what not happened, but yes. It could have gone worse, and then it went even better because you guys got pissed off, because you deserve to get pissed off because they were being dicks. But you have earned yourself access. Well, earned. Actually, no, you've earned it. You guys have earned this.
Stolen, earned.
Well, you guys, we're about to steal it.
Stealing it at the time, but
but it turned out you guys had actually earned the access to the restricted library. So you arrived as Glix was about halfway through picking the overly complicated lock to the library.
6 tumblers, 3 of them are false. 2 of which are just tumblers to the main tumbler. Who does this? Why?
And one of them is just the really broken version of Tumblr that doesn't have any boobs.
Also, there are probably some magical elements to it. Because, of course there are.
Of course, this one's just an illusion.
Right? Oh god, yeah, there's almost illusionary parts to the lock. Absolutely.
The first thing that happens is we have to walk 20 feet down the hall to the actual door.
Yeah. It's just like I could just hear Glix trying to pick the lock, and it's just like, okay, the 15th pin is binding. I gotta click out of 37. This is what happens when you don't know how to count. You just say random numbers when you're trying to express how many pins are out here. And it turns out there's only 2 pins to the lock.
You got to the part where
you labeled 37 and pi. Not like the numerical value of pi, just
the word
a picture
pi.
of a pie with a piece cut out.
What type of pie is it, though?
You know what? I can't tell. It's not a very good illustration.
Fair enough.
There is a secret told among my people. That's the only way you would know what kind of pie.
At any rate, you are granted the key and granted access to the library. Hooray.
Yeah.
Right.
And before I forget to do this, I'm going to do 2 things. First things first, I need to make a new... I forgot something to make something in Roll20, which will take me no time at all to do. So, but yeah, I did. There's a map. I needed to make a map page for the library, and I almost forgot. I just realized I hadn't done that yet, but that won't take me very long. I made the map already for it. I just didn't upload it to Roll20. But at any rate, you are presented with a large library.
Ta-da! A small fanfare play is a little bit of confetti falls.
I'm trying to get the...
I can make that happen. I have prestidigitation.
This library is way better than the one that I used to work at.
I should actually get in there. Am I there?
No, those are too big. That's about right size. There we go. Just trying to get the map scaled properly in Roll20. And set to the map layer. And there we go. Now we rename this. So I've got reference for it. And then I will drag you lot over here. Just make things... Oh, hang on. I should also probably put this up on the stream. That would help.
That would help too, yes.
Yeah, we should go to that tab.
I'm gonna shoot those books up, man. You know, they're gonna learn what they've done.
Well,
all right,
that'll teach them, I guess.
That'll
learn them.
Trying to educate me.
Oh shoot! I need to set my health to. Let me set my value up here.
Yes. So yes, your tokens have been further updated.
Yep. And
you should be able to adjust your hit point values in D&D Beyond, and it should on the character sheet there, and it will update them in Roll20.
Yeah, it's just that for some reason my character defaults with 4 health, which is great. Love it.
But yeah, feel free to test that, and everyone's hit point values should be showing. And I believe I even set up a key value. I think I set up a key value for Injir. thing to actually to update from Roll20. From Beyond, I think. But yeah, this should
I
work.
see a numeric value over Injir, but I don't see a numeric value over Cameron and Glix.
God damn it!
Yeah,
What the
well,
fucking
yeah.
hell? I know I set this up properly.
I would say don't fret about it for now, anyways. You know.
Yeah.
No, it is set. It is set up for player permissions to see. I don't know why it's not showing for Word.
I would say, seeing the bar update will be good for now, and then we can troubleshoot things later on. So
Yeah,
there could be
that is weird because I'm certain I have it set up correctly this time.
yeah. I mean, again,
Big deal. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. And as well. There we go. I did the wrong thing. There we go. There's Kalia. Yes, and there's even a temporary hit point bar, I believe.
there is. Yes.
Sweet. So, anyways, you now have access to the library. It is somewhat sizable, as you can see. There are many books here. Injir, you have never seen the inside of this place. And you clearly you have not had access before for what I call yeah. You are not high enough on the in the bureaucracy, as it were, shall we say? Not this, because of course the temple has a bureaucracy.
The cult has a bureaucracy. Got it.
Well, yeah, of course it does. Of course, cults do. They're often not very deep bureaucracies, but they are bureaucracies. Anyways, you now have access to it. What would you all like to do in here?
Well, let's consult the Dewey Decimal System.
Yes, that is totally something that is here.
I'm going to start just randomly pulling books off the shelf and seeing what they say.
Okay.
Is there anyone who is coming into the library with us, or who is attending the library?
Nope. The Elder Barry is going to be sitting outside, but you guys have free. You are allowed to operate in here as you see fit.
Hold on. Where's the orangutan?
You see no orangutan.
Wait, what?
Okay,
Why would there be an orangutan in here?
Because there's always an orangutan here because
They make
that's
the
how
best
library space
librarians.
works.
Yeah. Anyway,
This is
Have you
not
been
the
listening
Discworld.
to Bob?
Sadly, this is not the
listening to-
Discworld.
All right.
It doesn't need to be the Discworld library. He could travel through library space.
Well,
he can be here if he wants to be.
He's not here right now.
he's doing other things.
The librarian is very busy, Eric. You know that.
All right. But anyways, Cameron is just going to first just scan along the shelves and look for books that have either a particular title that would be of relevance regarding the.
So, what is the sort of thing people are looking for? Eric, you said you're just pulling random books.
I'm just pulling random books, see if just at random right now. I'll probably end up narrowing the search after I find nothing.
That's fine. I'll get to you in a second then. Cameron, what sort of books are you looking for?
Okay, so there's sort of two qualities there. Number one, the easier way to say it, is books that are written in a language that he recognizes from his time,
Fair.
but would be likely older than most other people we recognize here. And the second thing would be books about the lead up and the sort of the start of the war.
Okay.
The war. Yeah, those are the two topics he's going to initially peruse based on.
Okay, that I can work with. Is anybody else looking at books? And if so, what?
Kalia is looking for that second topic.
Okay, lead up to the start of the war.
mentioned.
All right,
Yes.
cool. And Injir, what are you looking for? And Sito, are you looking for anything in particular?
Ito isn't going to look for anything in the immediate moment. She has the plate, and that's relevant to her interests.
Okay.
But she's not using it right now, so she's just going to kind of do some background strums right now.
Okay, that's fair.
And lounge on this carpet and discern its worth.
It's a reasonably nice carpet, actually. Anything you're doing in particular, Injure?
Ash,
I am muted. That's why.
going to say.
Okay, yeah. Injir is going to be looking for books that date back to the founding of the order to see how this ties into anything.
Okay, you're looking for stuff dating back to the founding of the order. Interesting. All right. That was one I had not prepped for, but that's okay. I can work with that. All right. So, what I want from everybody who is looking for books is... all right, Eric, you are
Yes.
doing this at random, correct?
Yes.
All right. You're giving me a straight D20 roll.
Okay.
Everybody else, you can give me either investigate or perception, your choice.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So I'm going to give
That's not
everyone
how
a
that
bardic inspiration. So
Fair enough.
any checks you can boost.
Yes. All right. Yes. You are
So,
all
yes,
inspired.
all 4 of you.
Nicely
Is that
done.
like-
Nice.
Is that like
So-
+2 or what is that?
Is it
Uh,
D8?
If you opt to burn it, you add a D8 to your ability check.
All
Yeah.
right.
Can you just choose to do that after the roll?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Alright,
Before
so-
you know the result. So, like, for example, I just did it just to demonstrate. I rolled a 17 on my investigation.
Nice.
And if I really wanted to, Peter, hell, I'll just burn my hero point immediately for this because
Okay.
this is too important for Cameron.
That's fair.
That's an 18
All right.
on the check there.
All right. Is Injir's familiarity with the library alert system going to help out with this?
Yes, you get advantage on the roll.
All right. So let me do that.
That is a
first.
good point, and you get advantage on the roll.
If
What?
I dedicate my my process into how the conflict between the gods arose, can I use my religion instead of my perception?
Oh, I'm gonna.
Sure, why not?
Okay, it's one additional point. So
Yeah,
That's fair.
For me, if I was able to use history, I would have gotten 3 additional points, but I didn't want to.
Actually, Skitch, yeah, you can use history. That's a valid.
All right,
that is
in
a
that case,
valid
then
point.
that's a 21 for me. Then.
All right.
I'm actually gonna use my point 2 for this because this is like what? No, that's too low for Injir.
That's fair.
Try that again. There we go. It's a 22.
Nice. All right. And Kalia, you don't forget to roll.
I
Your Bardic
did
Inspiration.
okay.
You can roll your Bardic Inspiration on that too if you'd like. So 13.
I did okay.
All right.
I didn't find shit. That's okay.
No, Eric, you rolled a 20.
No, I fucked up.
Oh, you rolled.
I rolled
you rolled 20.
I rolled
see.
20 instead of D20.
Okay, you rolled an
So I
8
rerolled
then.
to
Just
D20. I
drop,
rolled an
just
8.
drop the 20 on the surface.
I misread that. You rolled an 8. Okay,
You
good to
just
know.
place the
I
die
mistyped,
20 up.
so-
Fair enough. All right. I will get to you last, Eric. You can add your Bardic Inspiration to that if you'd like.
Sure, because it's not like something I can save, is it?
Yeah, you can. You can have up for a minute. You have it for up to a minute. So any check within.
So
the
not
next-
really.
Yeah, not really.
Strictly speaking, this wouldn't apply as it's not an ability check, but the DM said so. So
Yes, I'm saying so. There's a yeah. I'm saying it. I'm giving it to him because I
Yeah.
want to. Yes, it's a DM fiat thing. Yes.
yes.
Normally, you are correct, though. Yes. Ooh.
I know what's
All
up.
right, so I got a 13. That's
13.
actually a lot better.
That is a lot better. All right.
hmm
All right. So okay, Injir, I'm gonna get to you later also because I
You think about it?
need to think about it. Yeah. But I do have some information for Skitch. You do not immediately find some stuff on. All right, so you do find a book that is written in a language that is familiar to you.
Mhm.
That reminds you of some information you saw in one of the books you took from the Pyrrhus Academy thing.
Right. So basically, it would be of that vintage
Yep.
in terms of being some text from that time, more or less.
And I'm going to copy paste you some information into a direct message, and you can read it over and think about it while I handle other stuff.
Sure.
All right, let me get this. This is one thing I do like about Discord is I can do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Without, well, I would normally do this in a written up handout and just hand it to people, but you know,
Right, but this is the equivalent.
this is the DM passing notes. That is by the way, I'll say this out loud. You found a book that looks like it is similar in style and writing to stuff from the Pierce Academy. You have no idea why it's here. Because the name of the front is one of the names you saw at the. It's similar. It's a name that you saw at the Academy at some point.
Mm-hmm.
In one of the books.
I'll start reading it here.
And this is definitely from this is from somewhere. It's post you, obvious, post when you were there. So, all right. All right, Kalia. You do find a book about the war, actually. You're going to find some stuff on the War 2 sketch. Don't worry. But I just want to make sure I'm handing out information as I. What you find, I don't have this typed up, but there is apparently a group of there is. This is a sort of a looks like it's a diary from the one who would become hang on, I gotta look at the name. Hang on, I gotta look at names here. I forgot. This is actually looks like it's a diary. It looks like this is a sort of a translation of a diary belonging to the one who become Oceanus. Whom apparently she and her sister, from what you can tell, were human.
Interesting.
And they were, according to the diary that you're still reading, they were apparently approached by a gray-robed figure and asked to link up with some other people because there's a threat to reality that needed to be handled.
Nice. Nice.
So you're saying it's possible to tear the gods from their thrones and take their place?
That's not what that says.
I'm pretty sure that's what that says.
That
No,
sounds
it's
like that's
not.
what that says.
Kali is like, no, that's not what that says.
Even in
And
here,
also-
like that's totally what that says.
Well, and so question.
Yes.
Peter, refresh my memory. The thing that Kevin ran into, that one man, those were gray robes.
It was
weren't they?
wearing gray robes and you could see no face.
Cool.
Look, it's just a coincidence, guys. It's fine.
If
We're
Kalia
gonna
is like,
commit deicide and it's gonna be
No!
awesome.
well, if Kalia says like what she's looking over, like kind of out loud as she's sort of reading it.
No, I'm not.
That's fine.
There is no way Kali would say this out loud.
I had to ask first before I
That's
had Karen
fair.
do anything. That's all I had to say. But
This
anyways,
is concerning, but she's not sharing it with you guys because she knows that most of you are crazy.
Oh, no, I'm not crazy. I'm just
Most of you.
Talia's like this book was censored for a reason.
I'm pretty sure
Listen.
Zito is in fact crazy. He's just the calm sociopath kind of crazy.
Listen, we can't put this in schools because then kids will learn about it and it'll start grooming them into god killers.
so in anime high school.
Or Klingon, one or the other.
You know, what's the difference?
God.
Oh, by the
Klingons
way,
have sexier foreheads.
I want to say one thing before we get too far that is completely off topic, but I have to say it because it happened. It's a little thing that came up when Eric, Gav, and I were talking last night. It was the realization that we had that Martok is the Klingon Kirk.
Yes.
Sure.
geez.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I just love that realization. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit. At any rate,
Oh
all
God,
right.
does that make Gowron like the Klingon Picard?
Kinda.
A little bit. I mean,
At any rate, you guys
Euron's
can
too bombastic to be Picard.
Yeah, in skill set maybe, but in general approach to everything, no, I would say. But yeah,
Doop 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 doop. I'm gonna need to see who gets the next bit of information.
Uh-oh, you're...
All right.
you're-
What?
Oh, like your stream went out for a second there, but it's fine.
All right. Okay. Injir. You do not find anything quite on the at the beginning of the at the beginning of something, but you do find a book that apparently contains various intelligence reports that you had no idea of. You had no idea that your temple had an intelligence division or anything like that. And I'm going to send you one of the reports you find, which you find very interesting. By the way, I actually came up with a name for the previous water god. I have no the equivalent of Oceanus. It is Hydron.
So we got Pyros and Hydron are
Yes.
two of the names so far.
Yes.
Got it.
Let me put that down. Hydron. Oh, one.
Yep. All right. Eric,
Yes.
you find a very, very old book. It is very hard for you to decide, for you to read. It is written in what looks like a very archaic Fey language. For some
Okay.
reason, you can kind of understand it, and you're not entirely sure why.
oh dear.
Maybe it's that the book wants to be read.
Oh dear.
But you realize very quickly that it is about Granny.
In the bag.
That's how libraries work.
I mean,
Yeah,
checking it out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
There's no one here.
but yeah, she is older than you thought.
Yeah. Okay.
And you thought she was pretty ancient.
Okay, so maybe the whole like deicide thing doesn't count when it's the fucking hag. Gotcha.
I like to imagine this book like was just randomly in the pile, but like it just kind of like worked itself out of the shelf and then fell onto the pile.
That's kind of what happened. As I said, Eric was pulling random books. This literally falls into Glix's hands.
To be perfectly honest, my next thing was to look for fairy tales and mythologies about the war because there's always a kernel of truth to that shit, at least as far as Glix is concerned.
I'll get to that in a second, Eric, actually.
That's actually a thing that is like a mechanic in the Young Wizards series. Is that the books that they get their magic from, like, deliberately make them find them. Like the main character like is browsing through a library one day, and there's like a tag on the book that her finger catches because the book wants her to find it.
Right.
It's neat.
Are you saying that I have just fallen into a Wizard Academy anime?
Maybe. I mean, it's like there's all this Fae stuff. Yeah, you can get gifts. Sure.
So long as it's not Black Clover, I'll be happy.
Little Witch Academia.
Honestly, Little Witch Academia is fucking awesome. I would be down for that.
I think that's a little too wholesome for Glix. Like, I feel like the writer would kick him out.
I thought of something else
It is
that I
Studio
wanted.
Trigger.
I thought of something else that I wanted to look for because I forgot about this because it was
Okay.
so long.
Sure.
Kalia has at a couple of points, especially earlier in the campaign, like made sketches of like certain iconography
Right.
that they
Oh,
found.
right. Yeah, you did the
Yep, I remember.
the charcoal. Oh, damn it. What are they called?
Like
Rubbings.
the gate. Yeah,
Rubbings.
yeah, charcoal rubbings. Yeah. So while we're in here, and after she's like made a copy or whatever of the book she found, I'm going to try and look for those too.
Okay,
But
good to know. All right, going to pass some more info. More information gets passed around here. Just as you're doing more and more research, obviously. All right. You. Sorry.
If you want,
Is there
if
anything
need
you
a
want to ask
moment-
me about what I sent you before, Skitch? By the way,
No. I mean, I was just going to express it in character now.
go
while
for
I
it.
have
Yeah,
to
right.
take a
Go,
little
feel free.
pause there.
Absolutely, it's a good time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's anything you guys want to talk about in character about what you found
Yeah.
so far, now's a good time, and I'll get to the next round of stuff in a minute.
Cameron will like look at the one book he has that has like the ancient text on it, and will just be near Cito, and then say to her, "It's like, well, Cito, I got some information that might confirm what you and Injir have inferred about the gates."
And you're kind of like claws over with the intelligence points he's reading. His face is like drained of color. Yeah, you go first.
So, in essence, the long and short of it is that there was research being done by others and this is definitely an academic research journal set of things. The most important detail I can pull from it for now are there were experiments being done to understand how the gates were being powered. And a couple of notes. Number one, divine life energy is required to create larger gates. However, that is not all that is required. The other element is yet unknown as of this particular writing.
So you're saying you need to kill gods to make the gates work?
Apparently, research showed that for the larger gates, divine life energy is a necessary component of their function. Smaller gates can be created or powered by just general life energy. The moment of death seems to be the catalytic moment that allows the gates to be powered, and those powerings can be only temporary. So they speculate that the timing of energy gathering might be important, but there is not enough information to clarify what any conclusions might have been from this branch of research.
Jir kind of pipes in, like, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Apparently, at some point, the temple sent out some people for an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And they observed a Lord Hydron was apparently taking people and assisting them with an ascent to godhood, and then he sacrificed them at the moment of apotheosis. Apparently, you get a lot of raw magical energy out of this. But if you don't do it right, it makes a rift instead of, what he was trying to get.
Right, and that would play in with the depictions of Hydron with the sacrifice stuff that was going on.
It also works because we killed the tree and the salamander guy who are all like parts of gods, and that made gates.
Yes, whether that was, but those were still temporary powerings.
Yeah,
so
but
that
we totally did it by accident, so of course it's only going to be temporary.
Well, no, I don't think. I think the point is that those might have been avatars or representatives, but not actual gods. Unlike what Ingir is reading there, but it does seem to emphasize that the gates themselves necessitate death in order to be powered.
That explains why nobody's allowed near them.
Also would explain why some people may not want them to be investigated, because if the general populace knew that was how they operated, that might change some opinions
messy.
about.
That'd get real messy.
Yes, indeed. But like I said, Cito, this does seem to confirm what you and Ingir kind of investigated.
More to the point, if someone knew how the gates were made, that would mean that they might try to make more.
Yep.
Which would necessitate possibly killing off gods.
And here's the thing. Apparently, this god was just helping people to ascend to godhood just to harvest them for their magical energy.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't like the whole portal gateway thing is just like an accident of that. What's up with that?
Can you imagine what craziness Cardul will do with this information? Those guys would have gates everywhere to put armies through and shit.
Or worse, they're gonna put somebody in like a container and boom, you got a magic bomb.
All right.
I think
Sorry, keep
yeah.
going.
Like Cameron say, I think that I'm trying. Well, the old goddess Hydras. What was it again? Or
Hydron.
Hydron.
Hydron. My guess is that what Hydron was doing might have been a consequence of the gates that had already been existing, and was doing that as a thing in order to keep them powered, because that would be my guess as to what was happening there. It's not to excuse or absolve what was being done, but I think that might have been the rationale of what was being done in that particular instance there in Jir.
It's just looking at this like there could be like an entire pantheon of just sacrifice individuals.
Mm-hmm.
That is metaversally, that is a terrifying thought. Like, what if there's something of them still out there?
Some of those gods that were propped up just to be sacrificed.
Yes, like what? I mean, that's how you get gods of death.
Well, I mean, Mortis already existed at the time. But if you're insinuating that someone might have, I don't know, ascended to godhood and then gone rogue in order to create an uprising with their godhood power before they were sacrificed, that's a possibility. But I don't have any information about that yet.
That is fair.
Oh, that could have been what happened.
Possibly.
I'm going to say that's what happened.
Well,
All right.
But
keep going if there's more stuff you want to talk about. I'm sorry.
but yeah, like yeah, go ahead.
It may be more a matter of if the gods know the way that the gates are created, and they know that their own life is at risk, then it would make sense to hide this information. And also it would make sense why suddenly they are more distant than from Cameron's time. They understood that they were in danger. And so they made themselves so distant that some even doubt that they exist. But I think that it is clear that there is more than just fear at work here. After all, if they came to blows over this, then there must be another reason.
Yeah, I think that's definitely because from what I kind of understood, there was a conflict between, among other things, Mortis and others against the other gods, and there had to been some other inciting push for that. I would assume, at least.
All right. I'm going to pass on a little bit more info to people.
All right.
All right. This one is for Skitch. You find this in another book, another similar book. It basically looks like it's a continuation of the book you're working on. Glix, in another book that you sort of stumbled across, it seems like it's another sort of research log from somebody. It looks like this has been hastily translated. And a passage that stands out to you, especially after hearing all that's been talked about, is this. All right. All right, Ash. One thing you're finding is you do eventually find some stuff from very early on in the Order's history, and it looks like the Order is old, and from what you can tell, like there are indications that apparently the primal beasts, at least, might actually predate even Skitch's pantheon of gods.
Like these might be the actual like original primal beasts.
Yeah, these it looks like these primal beasts are freaking ancient, and have basically been around for basically ever. Also, you are seeing some indications that there is, yeah, there might be some indications that like what you're reading seems that that the problem is that it predate Skitch's pantheon, and there might have been a pantheon before Skitch's pantheon, maybe. That's hard to tell. There's nothing that says it outright, but the fact that there's something that predates that, like that the primal beasts predate them, seems to maybe hint at that. Maybe there was something before them, at least.
Okay.
Nick,
Yes.
you continue sort of thumbing through the diary. Oceana has there's more stuff here. Apparently they have something Stygius found, because this is after they they would become the not the new 10, basically, outside of Mortis and Terra. Stygius, the Prince of the Moon, and the Unnamed King's younger brother, apparently discovered something interesting about any sort of portal magic. In that, if you've got a stable portal, it apparently can be retuned to send to away from where it supposedly goes, if you know how to do it. She doesn't fully understand it, though.
Okay.
And
seems
the
important.
Unnamed King, the one who became the Unnamed King, seemed very excited about this.
All right. She'll share this part with the group.
Okay.
Just say like, well, this is interesting, and it should go over. Apparently, some researchers found out that the gates could be retuned to have a new destination between them. At the point I've read to, however, it doesn't seem like they knew the means by which that was accomplished, though.
All right. Could explain a little bit of how maybe I got to where I got, but that requires some very, very specific hijacking. And I still don't think there's any information we've been able to find that would suggest that, well, temporal destinations could be a thing with gates.
Well, if one presumes that the tavern's door operates on such principles, then I would say that tracks already.
Yes, but
considering it's supposed to be at the end of the world, which would be a rather distant point in time.
Well, true.
One would hope.
Well, true. There's something about that there's still something about that which I don't think tracks exactly the same. And part of me still thinks that if the manipulating where something goes in that sort of manner is something that is still unusual enough for. And I don't even know if anyone was even researching that particular topic. I haven't looked in that particular direction. All I got was some information about the fact that there were some books here that was related to Puros' researchers, and it suggested that it might have something to do with Lord Hydron as well. The quote saying, while it is clear that Lord Puros is not fond of Lord Hydron, he has authorized us to share our research with him.
Yeah, it tracks with this thing what I found. It's mostly gobbledygook, but it's got this bit in here about how you can use death to the moment the bit where you get killed to power any kind of magic. Here, check it out. It holds up the book.
Okay. Wait. I guess that would track though, because yeah, okay. It's still not great news, but
No, it's the opposite of good news.
it's the only reason why it might be good is it might be revealing information, but yeah, the implications are not good.
By the way, Sito, I'd like you to give me a history roll.
History, you say?
Mhm.
That is not one of my good scores.
That's fine. Give yourself advantage on this.
Let me roll it again.
Yep.
There we go.
16. All right. Sito. So all this talk of death and magic and like the old gods and all this stuff.
I know a lot of that I've already gotten from the plate, but Zito can't articulate that.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. Yeah. Things are being pulled together in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember an old tale about some old fairy tales about like dark magics and horrible, awful stuff in a particular area of the ocean seafloor, sort of over towards the middle, where there is you just suddenly remember like there are tales of an area in the ocean where there is nothing, just like there's water, but there's nothing in the water, and there's nothing in the ground, and no living animals will go near it. And it's sort of more towards the middle of the ocean. Not quite through the storm barrier, though. And you remember there's sort of tales of dark magics and like the old god and like old religion stuff that you don't remember the full details of, but like, and this is clicking with some of the stuff you read that you're getting from the plate also.
Yeah, that gives me an idea. I'm going to start looking into fairy tales and myths regarding like the gates or the war or the time beforehand and whatnot.
Well, all right. Well,
see, Glix was doing this randomly, but then he started learning that books can be entertaining, and now he's actually interested.
See, kids, you could be interested in books too, or not. You can live your own life.
Butterfly flies overhead.
yeah.
Conan the librarian is walking around. Putting the book in himself.
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
Um,
LeVar Burton just manifests.
Yeah, I was about to say LeVar Burton just shows up.
but Cameron just has a seat kind of near Cito and just sort of rubs his head a bit while in thought.
Jir hops over to them, to Cameron and Cito. So, looking through these things a little bit more, it looks like there may have been a pantheon before yours. Yeah. While looking up some things on the primal beasts, like apparently they've been around forever, but apparently there was a pantheon before yours.
I'm unsurprised by this turn of events.
Yeah, Granny's older than shit too.
I imagine the primal beasts would have quite the information to provide if they were willing to relinquish it, and I imagine that they did not last this long by doing so.
Yeah, makes me wonder on some other sort of fronts about how long things have been operating for and such. Like, it makes me wonder, when did the first gates even begin running?
That's an interesting question. Maybe there's some information here.
All right, Angier, come on. I think that might give us some more insight about the origin of all this.
All right, so everyone can give me another roll if you would like, of either perception or appropriate to what the similar skill rolls you are. Although now, Eric, now that you have a plan, you can use an appropriate skill.
Mecca, before I do that,
Yep.
since Cito has actually had an interest in the gates before, like, the
Mhm.
whole group assembled and probably did some preliminary information
Short.
gathering, does she have a rough idea of how many working gates there are in the world today?
Oh God. Yeah, you should have a good knowledge of that. Let me do a quick. I let me do a quick sort of to your knowledge. I can give you a rough estimate, but
Like,
Right.
like,
There's
like,
definitely ones that have gone defunct and ones that have been, lost, like the undersea one.
right.
So, this is not how many there are in total. But Cito's line of thinking here is if we run that number and then, just kind of assume that a given number of them are out of commission, out of sight, out of mind, then we can make a rough estimate of how many times this cycle has repeated.
All right. At a guess, from what you from the you are the gates you are aware of from the research you've done, all the major continents. So the northern continent has 5 known gates.
Mm-hmm.
The western continent has 6 known gates. The eastern continent has 4 known gates. All of the major islands, all the major islands have at least 1 gate on them. And there are, on the map that I made, there are 6 visible islands. So,
Quick question.
yes.
Can
And
I leverage my my background with fairies and granny to get advantage on my investigation?
yes, you may.
Excellent.
So,
All right.
that would be
So
15,
roughly
16, 17,
20
18.
in service.
At least
today.
they're somewhere between 20 and 25 is that what you're aware of.
All right.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that one.
Okay.
So Cito's going to kind of rattle that information off and is just going to follow that up with, considering that there are those that are broken and out of sight, such as the undersea one that Ingier and I discovered. I would say that if we have 8 individuals consistently cycling out in this godhood gambit, and it is always Terra and Mortis that retain themselves, and they have been around for even longer and have never been supplanting anyone else, then I would say that this cycle has been carried out at least 5 times, perhaps 6.
and each time possibly necessitating the annihilation of an entire pantheon of gods in order to power them for a sustained period of time.
Collier stands up and walks out of the room.
Fair.
Oh, he's like, I can't handle this anymore.
Okay, actually, Kalia,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting to that actually. As you start leaving the room. By the way, let me use to do this. I want to get to the other information that's been found through a little bit further looking into stuff. Glix.
Yes.
You were looking. What was it you were looking into specifically? Again, I forget.
Fairy tales and myths regarding the gates.
Right, yeah, okay.
And the various pantheons. And whatnot.
Yeah. The one thing. So yeah, they're all myths. Yes. So one thing you know is that the Fae, from what you tell, the Fae avoid the gates like the plague. In general, like they don't like everything you know is that a fairy will not follow you to a gate once you get into like that weird unnatural feeling area around a gate. Yeah, the Fae won't go in there.
I guess that helps to explain why Granny's trying to get us to investigate stuff for her. So.
Yep.
So that's point 1. Yeah, and point 2, there are definitely some old tales about the areas around the gates being like, yeah, everyone says, yeah, they feel weird and ooky. There's something about there are tales of something more sinister about the areas around the gates than even that weird feeling lets on. There's something just not right about the areas there. That's even like there are tales of like, unspeakable horrors just lurking just out of sight while you're there.
Right.
But those could just be old tales.
so basically that feeling that I get every time when I see too much Horizon. Gotcha.
Yes. So there's that. Was there anybody else doing some research there that I need to give?
I just want to. I want to take a moment and just write down the name Godhood Gambit as the title of like the book that Ingier's going to write about all this.
Nice.
The other thing was just like basically trying to glean any information about speculation of when the first gates were established.
Yeah, Ingier's helping Cameron with that.
All right. The first gates were when the
Cito
first.
will contribute to that because that is a good question, and the plate might not have the answer for that.
The plate from what you can tell, that is information that is somewhere in the back of your head that you just cannot get to at the moment.
All right, so it does have that. So all right, well,
like you're
this
like
might help it.
you,
This might help
what
the
you
rest
hear
of
what
it
you hear
anyway.
what the elephant this way word when they say they're looking into that, like you feel like that bit of information in the back of your head running away from you.
Right.
Like it, like you don't like it's like for some reason it's like it's even hard. Like now that you know that's something to be looking for, it's like it's even harder to access for some reason.
So at my everyday life,
Yes, fair enough.
But yes, so bearing that in mind, Cito will contribute to helping them find this question because while
All right, so
the plate may have the answer, it is being difficult.
All right, so here's what I would like. One of you give me a history roll, and the other two may give me a either investigation, perception, or history roll as to assist.
Well,
I did the history roll earlier. That was the 22.
Okay,
and that
great.
was
So
that was the 21 I rolled too.
okay, so I was an assist. So word if you want to throw an assist of some sort in.
Cool.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So fair enough.
The book is highlighted somewhere in the library.
I'm just thinking of Proton John's stream where he has like the thing where Captain Falcon is in front of like the slot machine that just comes down. Yes.
Yes. Okay, Skitch, you actually find a book that is titled "On the History of the Gates."
Well, I don't think this is going to be useful for us in here. We might as well burn it now.
The oldest known gate dates back to the very early days of Pyrrhus's empire. This is written from the point of view. There's a bunch of history books from Pyrrhus stuff, which again seems a little odd, given where you are.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I mean,
there's not much. There's not much Hydron stuff or other stuff. Like this is all. Virtually all the books here none of them are directly written from the point of view of like the followers of the primal beasts and such. These are all basically followers of the old. A lot of the old books are from the followers of the old pantheon. There's stuff from the newer pantheon too, obviously, but.
Cito, got the question of why is all this information assembled here in the first place? But that's a question that can be saved for perhaps the abbot.
But yes,
crazy monks.
Yeah, but yes, you find that basically the first known gate was established about the time that Pyrrhus founded an actual empire.
That's so. That would.
That's the first. That's the oldest known gate. There may be older ones out there, but
right. All right. That's some information
so,
there.
I now want to get to the bit where Kalia, you start walking to the door because you're a little uncomfortable, shall we say? You notice that
it's a very, very mild way of putting it. Yes.
Yes, that is fair. But you notice that there seems like everything beyond the doorway seems to be moving very slowly. Not at all.
Beyond the doorway.
Yes. And by the way, that says you're walking towards the doorway, and then everything outside the doorway starts slowing down and then stops as you get close to the door.
All right. She'll see if she can go through the doorway.
There seems to be some sort of barrier there. And all of you feel the temperature of the room seems to drop just a couple of degrees in temperature.
Cito might not actually notice that.
Fair.
I have cold resist.
Kalia draws her axe.
I'm going to be uploading some tokens here in a moment.
Okay, let's see.
I've not
here.
updated numbers on yet, so give me a second.
Yeah.
Or named.
Cameron's just like, okay, so if that's the earliest known one in this record here, that would suggest maybe they haven't been around for as long as we thought they might have been.
Vito is going to see Kalia draw her axe and kind of extrapolate. There's a reason for that, and will ready her rifle.
Yeah, I imagine there's like a big clicking sound as it unfolds.
Is Sita over near where we are? Just
Vito's in the same spot she has been on this carpet right here.
okay. We were over by one of the bookshelves. I thought you were helping with that.
No, she's not. She's not looked at any of the books. She's just been kind of talking.
Okay, I was just like, okay, never mind.
Engineer and Cameron are just ignoring all what's going on.
Well, I mean, it's true that Cameron and Ninja are looking at the same book at the same time. It's kind of the thing.
Aw, that's adorable.
It's purely academic, okay?
It's adorably academic, yes.
Dear journal, I made a new best friend today.
Aw.
Now I could give up being best friends with Glix. That friendship is already sailed.
Friendship with Glix ended.
Ollie will remember this. What?
All right. So I did not have time to set up a voice filter for this, so I'm not going to do that. But I was thinking about doing that. I'll put it that way.
Just give me the lines, Peter. I'll read them with a voice filter. There you
All
go.
right. Well, there needs to have sort of a vaguely sort of delayed, faintly delayed echo to it. Is what I was going to go for. My thought.
Well, I got an echo at least, so.
All right, if you want, but yeah. So basically, you hear a voice, a cold, measured voice from the back of the room. I come to deliver a warning. A last and final. A final warning. A once only and final warning.
Is that voice familiar?
Yes, it sounds very familiar to you. It was calling you an anomaly last you heard.
Yeah. Cameron's just like, oh, son of a bitch.
Vito already has her rifle pointed at it.
That's fair. You see a hooded gray robed hooded figure with just what looks like void where its face should be, flanked by two sort of more sort of even slightly less tangible things that look similar but are sort of in slightly darker robes. And they look like they had, like, you can sort of almost make out facial features to a certain degree, but not quite, not really. They look a little bit less. The gray robe figure has this really unsettling feeling of reality, but in an unsettling way. The other two don't feel quite real. You're warning. Yeah, sorry. Yes. You may now react.
Yeep.
Cameron closes the book he's holding and pulls out his pistol, and then is going to run/jump over Glix, unless Indra does something to stop him.
Engineer is definitely going to move very first. He feels kind of responsible for what's going on here, considering this is his house.
Hey! You can't be responsible for this. I'm responsible for this. You know, I brought these people are here. I brought these house guests along for the ride. Obviously, like
Engineer just grabs the book that they were reading, and as he walks over to the middle of the room, hands it to Glix because Glix has the bag.
oh gosh.
Yeah, Glix ducks behind the bookcase as soon as he hears the voice.
Yeah, and Engineer just walks out very defiantly, and is like, "Excuse me, gentlemen, do you have permission to be here?
Do you have a hall pass?
Do you have a library card? This is the most secret depths of my order's library. What are you doing here?"
They don't respect locality in Gier.
I don't think it's a matter of something that they care about.
Yes.
Let's hear this warning of yours.
It is very simple. You are investigating things that should be left alone, and not pursued. At least not at this time. Cease your investigations. And nothing further will happen.
Not at this time, you say. Sounds like you have an agenda. Care to enlighten us?
No.
And
It's
what
not
about
a very good, compelling reason to dissuade us that it's a good idea to do what you wish.
Kalia is going to hold her hand up.
Yes, follower of Mortis. Sorry. It's a yes, follower. No. Champion of Mortis. You wish to speak.
I don't think you understand what you've actually just done. So let me try to explain it to you. This group of people that you've just addressed, you've just told us not to look further into a topic, which means you're just encouraging us to look further into it. If you want to actually dissuade us from doing so, I think that the best course of action for you is to give us some information for now.
A reason. Why should we, beyond a hollow warning?
There is a pause. In respect, out of respect to your deity, champion, we will honor your request to the best of what we are able to. If you wish, the line of investigation you are currently pursuing, if followed to its logical conclusion at this time, would lead to a threatening of existence itself that we cannot tolerate.
And who are you?
We are the arbiters. We are the champions of balance.
Cameron is going to whisper to Kalia, just saying, these are the guys that I ran into in Pyrrhus' manor that called me an anomaly.
I have reason to think that they are far more than that as well.
Question, if I may. If such would unfold, as you say, then would you have any information on who provided me with the vision that started me on this path in the first place? Because I did not stumble into this. I was given this task by someone. I know not who.
Intriguing. It is unknown to us.
Yeah, and while you're at it, why don't you tell me why I'm here? Because I didn't ask to be here. I just am.
Yes.
You had the audacity to call me an anomaly, like I had some sort of choice in this matter.
Choice is irrelevant whether you are an anomaly in the system or not. You are an anomaly. One that may possibly be tolerated, however.
To those who can't see it, Glix rolled a stealth check and stuck behind some bookshelves. He rolled a 25. So
I saw
Cameron's like, whoa. That's not what you said the first time you saw it. You said anomalies have to be eliminated.
Yes. Well, sorry. I said nothing of the sort. We said nothing of the sort.
Yeah. Listen, buddy. If you're in charge, then the actions of your underlings reflect upon you. So anything that anyone who's underneath you says is your word. So own them.
There's that military background.
Azir just pipes up, and you will not refer to my friend as an anomaly within the walls of this library.
Unless you
is
say with a
my
really cool
home.
tone. Unless you say with a really cool tone, then it's okay. No, just kidding.
And then Mecha gets the voice reverberator going.
Yeah, like there we go. Now we're
Now we're
cooking with
Like,
prisms.
okay, I accept this now.
But
You have a long-standing relationship with Mortis, don't you? A very long-standing one.
That is a way one could describe it, I suppose. Sorry, I did delivering it wrong. That is a way one could describe it, we suppose. We have delivered our warning. It is now incumbent upon you to decide whether to act upon it or not.
I'm not sure, man. Listen, I'm stuck here, and I have a whole bunch of questions that I want to answer to understand where I am, why things turn out the way they are, And it's just hard to just be told, no, you can't look into this stuff. So it's hard for me outside of just being told you should stop this investigation because it will cause problems.
Allow me this. You state that once again you state that there is a system in place and there's a factor of at this time. When would be the time?
That is not something that is not something we can discuss at this time.
Great.
Well, when could we discuss it?
That is not something we can discuss at this time.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I feel as though there's a bit of a trick to your words.
Yeah, why don't we just go, hey, you know what? Why don't we just go to the end of the world? At that point, there's no time left. So we'd have plenty of time to discuss whatever's necessary.
No.
Come on.
That is in fact the idea I had.
Listen, you really should try the roast. It's timeless, all right?
Perhaps the robed figure before us is in fact the proprietor.
Can you at least tell me, do you have any idea why I'm here or how I got here?
No.
Or why you should even care about me then?
Okay, so why or how is it? No.
Mm-hmm.
If we had an idea of why you were here or how you got here, then you would not be an anomaly. Your existence in here at this time is anomalous. Hence the term.
I have an idea. You wish to dissuade us from continuing on the path that we currently are on. However, we as beings with the lives that we have, to stop at the point that we are now, that would be impossible for us. It is impossible for us to stop, but perhaps there is a way that our paths could be redirected. If what you say is true, if we are on this path and it will cause some great disaster, if you say that Cameron is an anomaly. Sito was put on this path by some other force. Then it is possible, given what we know, given who we have met, that someone has been manipulating us individually, pushing and prodding ourselves and perhaps other groups to try and make this cataclysm that you so fear happen. If you want us to stop, you'll need to help us find out who they are and why they've done this to us. Do you understand?
I do. They're in Massachusetts.
Hi, how's it going?
Do we understand? More than you probably imagine, champion. But
Then help us to understand.
I gotta think of exactly how to phrase what the actual response is. Give me a second.
Gotcha. I mean, I can expound a little bit further. You know?
If you no, there's the instinctive response that I think is the correct one, but I want to make sure I okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
Help
God.
us help you. Help us help you.
Okay. I'm about to give the most frustrating answer for this.
All right.
No.
Then get out of our way.
No. It is apparent that dissuading you is not the solution we had hoped it would be. Therefore, there's only one other solution. I wish you should probably roll for initiative.
Yeah, if your Texas Kung Fu states like you are all banned from my library.
So I'm hiding within striking distance. Do I
Yep.
get to make a surprise attack? But, like, can I swing before?
I will say this: you can try.
All right. It's like before initiative starts.
Absolutely, you may try.
Boop. Whack whack.
Oh, you're attacking this. You're attacking that one. Okay, that. Okay. Make your attack roll. Feel free, and you have advantage.
Excellent. Action.
A 26.
Bob's hungry.
Oh, geez, both attacks ended up with being crits. No, the other one wasn't a crit, but okay.
And well, wait. Yeah, both are over.
Yeah,
Both are 20 or
'cause
above.
I get 2 attacks in action. So
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Yep. Let me take a look at this for a second. All right. Yeah. All right. Roll damage.
Ash, your mic is like feedbacking. You might want to say something real quick.
Is it
Yeah, thanks.
feedbacking?
Not feedbacking, like it was doing like the auto gain thing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it was just kind of like doing the.
All right. So 8 slashing. So is this two-handed or one-handed, Eric?
we're going one-handed because I want my shield out.
Fair enough. So, all right.
The 21.
So I will
And,
say this. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and the first attack is definitely getting the bleed action on there.
That's fine. All right. So what's the? I forget how do we determine the bleed thing? I forget. What was I forget
Once
the
per
exact
turn, when you hit a creature with an attack using this magic weapon, you can wound the target. The start of each of the wounded creature's turns, it takes 1d4 necrotic damage
Okay,
each
that's
time
what I wanted to know. Got it.
wounded it. Yep.
I need to know the damage type. All right.
Yeah.
That may matter.
And then disengage. Burp, burp, burp.
All right, that's fine. All right. So that is all right. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put the health bar up here. I am sorry. I was in a rush. I forgot to type in to do health bars for these. Give me a second.
So you know what? We're gonna burn Fear of the Small on that too.
Okay,
That's an extra 5 points of damage on top of them.
that's fair.
So 5 damage per attack or just 5 damage period?
Just straight 5 damage. One of the attacks gets Fury of the Small.
Got it.
Because we're not using the updated goblin, we're still using the old Volos goblin.
Yeah, I just need to update the note. I need to update. No, I need to give these guys actual health bars. So 1 second. And then I gotta do damage. All right. So Bob seems to mostly just sort of pass through it partially. Bob doesn't seem to be able to get much of a bite into it. Which is weird because Bob is technically magical.
Yeah.
But it is effectively bloodied. Also,
Okay.
it doesn't the weeping sort of necrotic weeping effect doesn't seem to be doing much of anything to it.
All right. So Bob can't get his teeth in it, but I
No.
am hurting it.
You did injure it.
Yes.
All right. Now everybody may roll initiative. It makes sort of a hissing, screeching noise. Actually, when it does that, everybody in the room, give me a which one is it?
it wasn't
con
selected.
save, please.
Yeah.
On?
Con, yes.
Yeah.
Constitution, yes.
Is there? Yeah. I don't see the initiative list.
I did not bring up the initiative list. I'm sorry. That is a mistake on my part.
It's a
1
con
second.
save, correct?
Constitution, yes.
Got it.
Let me add everybody to the list.
Ooh, that's not going to be good.
Yeah, mine should be 13.
Mine should be 22.
I did this
Or
wrong here.
initiative or
Initiative.
yeah. I rolled garbage. I got 5.
Oh, hang on.
On save.
I think I added somebody twice there.
I rolled awful on that. I'm gonna do my reroll on that con save.
Oh no, Cameron!
All of us have rolled 5 or less on that con.
You
There we
should have
go.
been reading books all
That's
day.
not true. I rolled an 11 on mine.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
All this reading of books has made us weak. You should have went to the gym.
I mean, for me, I'm just gonna have this sort of like narratively make sense because Cameron has already seen these things and has already.
all right. So
expressed.
everyone who rolled less than a 10 on your con save,
Yeah.
for the next round of combat, you have disadvantage on your rolls. As
Cool.
you basically the horrible screeching noise just sort of gives you a blinding headache, and you almost seeing double at the moment for the moment.
Just so you know, there seems to be some.
I'm having fun singing. I ain't going to worry about that.
Sorry, was that
There's-
Scroll down to the bottom of the turn order list. There, we got some.
some dupes?
Yeah.
And then the opponents are not on the
Yeah,
list.
I've not rolled for them yet.
Right. I was like, yet.
I'm getting to that. Where are they? Here we go. All right, your initiative is all right. Well, yeah, his initiative is not particularly good, and that's fine. It's selected there. Okay, great. And boop. Did that add him? It did. Great.
I did. That's better than me, and I don't like that.
And boop. All right.
Sure.
All right, and then we will. All right, Cameron, you are first.
Let's see here. So Cameron's first turn, he is going to attempt to do. Let's see here. He is going to let me double check how the help action works
Fair
in this,
enough.
Peter.
That's fine.
Just
That's
'cause-
fine.
Because I'm just like, it's one of the things where like it's okay. help. Yeah. Yeah. So what Cameron is going to do, so aid is not going to be super helpful right now because the held action requires him to be adjacent to an enemy in order to grant advantage to someone else from the attack there. So, what he will do instead is, his first action his first turn is going to be invoking a 2-cost attack ability called White Raven Reformation.
Okay.
All allies can use a reaction to move up to 15 feet, or their speed up to 15 feet. So everyone can just kind of move 15 feet right now.
All right.
It costs a reaction to do so, but everyone can reposition themselves by moving 15 by moving 3 squares basically.
Do I have
Pretty
any
good position
reactions
as
that I
is.
want to keep? That's my
Actually,
question.
I'm going to hold off on that since there might be some AoE stuff that people might want to do.
Okay, the only
I'm gonna go right
Yeah.
there.
There's
I mean-
nothing I can AoE from over here.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
but
fine
if-
then.
Like,
But
I'm not gonna waste sleep on these.
Yeah, but Cito
Probably
can
a
move
good
behind
idea.
cover, for example, if she wants to.
I'll say, Cito, probably a good idea.
Yeah, does this
Yes,
does this desk over here qualify?
As what?
Table or whatever that is?
this
Yes.
one here.
This one.
That is a table, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
And
Those
then
are
Glitz, you
tables.
can
The things along here, those are small bookshelves.
Yeah.
As are the things along
The
the side.
advantage of her being a mermaid is she can flip the table and she doesn't have to kneel.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Glitz, by the way, if you want to, you can move 15 feet.
Sure, I want to. I'm in a pretty good position here. I'm out of line of sight
Yeah.
with the bookcase, and I'm
Yeah.
still within striking distance.
But Cameron does that as his turn, and he just keeps his gun trained on the arbiter himself, and
Okay.
it's just like I'm like, last time you all got me cornered. This time I'm with friends, and I'm not gonna run away from you. And afterwards, Cameron will then will
I do not believe flight is an option in the current situation, but understood.
Cameron will move up adjacent there because he has the movement still.
That's fair.
And that'll be his turn.
Okay. All right. Cameron, Injir, you're up.
Injir is going to get to do something he doesn't ever get to do because there's hardly ever a reason to do it.
Okay.
Injir looks at the arbiter in front of him. That there's the beings that just kind of screamed in the library, and he loses it, and he's like, "You aren't supposed to scream in the library!" And he lets out a massive draconic roar.
Okay.
That means that all the enemies within 10 feet of Injir
Mhm.
until the end of his next turn, Injir and all of his allies have an advantage on attack rolls against them.
Okay. So that cancels out the disadvantage you guys have. Except for I think Cito who made the roll.
Also made the
And
roll.
Glitz.
Oh, Glix made it too? Okay, cool.
Yep, I rolled an 11.
Oh, nice. Well done, Glix.
Yeah.
Then you two have advantage.
All right.
And with that, Injir is probably gonna not take point on this one.
Really? Why?
Yeah. And is going to pop over behind one of these bookshelves. And I believe that his draconic roar is a full action. It doesn't actually say.
What is it about?
His draconic roar. I do believe that is an action, not a bonus action.
Yeah.
It will say explicitly on the character sheet if it is. Let me double check. Draconic Roar is what you said?
Yeah, it just says you let out a Draconic Roar.
Draconic
Clean.
Roar. No, Draconic Roar is a bonus action.
That's a bonus action.
Yeah, so you had access to your Breath of the Dragon or an attack.
Oh,
you know.
well, then that makes things so much different.
Yeah, like you can check. By the way, you can just click on the action or bonus action tabs on your character sheet underneath actions to filter which actions are actions, which ones are bonus actions.
Okay, that's good to know. It doesn't list it. Usually it says it, but
No, underneath all, it won't make it as obvious. So you can just filter by category there.
all right. So with that, Injure. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this without destroying the library. But it probably means I'm just going to be able to hit 2 targets. So Injure heads over here, and then he's going to. Is there a line I can show? He's just going to hit those 2 with his lightning breath.
All right.
Using Dragon's Breath. So, action, Breath of the Dragon.
All right.
This, and then I hit. That's 2d6, and I'm gonna hit this button here.
So 6
That's-
damage.
To both of them, that is lightning.
All right.
That goes
Oh,
30 feet, 30-foot line.
do they get a save on this? I forget.
They can save per half.
What save is it?
Reflex.
It
Dex.
is Dex, DC 14.
All right. In that case, sorry. Before they take damage. No, and the same one here. So
Those
no.
both look like fails.
All right. However, all right, cool. So in that case, they take some damage. All right.
That is the end of Injurious turn.
Yes. The lightning does not see the lightning sort of seems to quasi sort of phase through them to a certain degree, but they are definitely wounded. It's almost like they're resisting stuff.
I'm just over here going like, these guys are insubstantial.
Yes. You are correct. All right. Well, the Arbiter Spirit right here next to Injure will attack Injure. Yeah. All right. It swings. It swings at you with its ghostly hands. That is a 22.
That will definitely hit.
12 necrotic damage. Oof.
What? Remember they don't. Do they have advantage?
Yeah. Yes, because I have to make. I needed to. They have permanent advantage basically.
Okay.
This is to make. Basically, it's to represent the fact that they. I'm adjusting a creature that I didn't have time to actually do a full custom on.
Mm-hmm.
I needed. Their attack rolls are too low for what I'm using at the moment.
Yeah, like it's a +3. Like, if for a +3 to have a reasonable chance of hitting us, they need to have advantage.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Yes.
Yeah, I was noticing that. It's like, that would struggle to hit even me.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
which is why I'm giving
that's the
advantage.
Yeah, completely fine. That's a fine adjustment. It also
it
also
really should be
makes
like a +6 or +7, really, but
yeah, fair enough.
all right. All right. This one will float through Kalia to the other side, over to here. It sort of floats through you, which is an unsettling sensation. A 19.
That will hit.
Take 3 necrotic damage because it did not roll nearly as well as it did against Injure.
Okay. Let me just double check here.
If it matters,
Right.
Peter, Cameron has his gun trained on the Arbiter the whole time, even
That's
though he's
fair.
standing near this other Arbiter spirit. He's pointing at the Arbiter the whole
Arbiter's
time.
I will say this, the Arbiter's a much bigger threat.
I mean, yeah, but Cameron is trying to put on a brave face against this whole thing. So
that's fair. All right. All right. Well, the Arbiter doesn't really feel the need to move at the moment, so it will it will raise one of its hands and point at Cameron. And it will, let's double check this here.
come on, you son of a bitch!
It is going to cast a spell.
Ah, damn it! Not one of those.
Counterspell.
It is casting Ray of Enfeeblement at you.
Cool.
I need to make a range spell attack roll, which I'm trying to figure out where this on beyond here that it's going to be for the roll for this is going to be.
Should be somewhere on the creature's sheet there underneath. Like there should be, I think, a little indicator next to. Let me double check here. Like, for there should be a little die icon.
There isn't
next,
one, unfortunately.
Like, well, you could also just do a D20 roll with the plus indicated.
Yeah. Where
Let's
is
see
it?
here.
Range spellcast. Hang on. Ah, there we go. I got it.
Yeah, there. Yeah,
there we go. Innate spellcasting.
Cool. Yeah, that hits.
All right, so you were hit with Ray of Enfeeblement.
Yep.
All right, so well, this is not the best spell on you, honestly, but
right, like
it doesn't know this right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes Cameron do half damage on attacks that use strength.
Yep. I really should have used a different spell. That's okay.
I mean, what do you use a different spell, Peter?
Yeah,
my guest.
I misread that actually.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, or if you want to errata it for the person that's fight so that it actually impacts his dexterity attacks too.
You know what? I'm going to say it affects all attack rolls. Just make it simple.
That is, I'm fine with that. Just to one, not deal with rerolling, and two, make it do what it feels right here.
Yes. So yes, you deal half damage with all weapon attacks. Period.
Ray of total enfeeblement.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
your gun doesn't work as good now.
Given what this is. Yeah. All right. And that is actually, is that its turn? Yeah, that's its turn for the turn. That's all it's going to do for this turn.
I'm waiting for like a legendary action. Yeah.
It might have one or two.
All right. Cito is going to realize that being back here is not necessarily the best plan, all things considered, and is going to slither up to take, it's basically going to move up into more advanced cover.
Fair enough.
And she's going to take a rift shot at the particularly wounded Arbiter Spirit.
Okay.
So this is going to be an attack roll with my Prismo rifle, and then I like the rest of that shit on top of it.
Right.
Yep. And you have advantage on the attack.
Yep.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to find the button for its thing. 13.
13 hit.
Actually, I think it might.
I got a crit.
Oh. Yeah, like.
Well, never mind. Yes, the advantage means you crit. But yeah, 13 would have hit also. Actually, these things rely on their damage resistances and their intangibility, not their armor class. They don't dodge much.
Right. So remind me how this works because it's been a while. Do I just do my weapon damage twice?
You roll it's the damage die gets rolled twice, but not any static bonuses.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, so then this, and then /arm. 1d10.
Wow,
Okay,
21.
so 21, and then that was Rift Shot, so we had 4 force damage on top of it.
All right. So that is 25 damage
5.
total. All right. And is there any effect that goes off that happens before the damage is applied?
Before the damage, that is a question.
Yep. That's why I'm asking, because I know Rift Shot does something.
Yep.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes. Like it.
Okay, the force movement can happen either before or after the attack is made.
Right. So would you like to force the movement before or after the attack?
Hmm. You know, if I hadn't have crit, I was going to send this thing over towards Kalia so Kalia could take a swing at it, because I could grant a basic, basically. Yeah. But I did so much damage, I think I'm actually want to shift this thing closer to the Arbiter and away from people.
Okay.
So, yeah, here.
Do we get a...
No, this is force movement.
Force,
yeah,
right,
also,
okay.
And
well,
also...
Okay, yeah, you, by the way, we're... Yes. You did a lot of damage to this thing, even with the fact that it's taking half damage from everything. Yeah. Where's the?
I have a feeling I just attracted a lot of attention to myself because I just pulled.
It took me a minute to remember how to do that. It's been so long since I've run a combat, I've forgotten where the X was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do I get the stupid? Oh, right there it is. All right, so your shot crashes through it. It staggers back towards the Arbiter and disappears in a sort of a soul-rending shriek of pain and agony. Con saves around.
Through the whole room?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's an audio effect. So can you hear it?
Okay. I think everyone saved that time.
Everyone saved that time. No one.
Everyone plugs their ears.
Everyone plugs their ears. Nobody takes any damage.
So since it is kind of like doing like a minor rift thing, I'm going to framework that as in the rift, no one can hear you scream.
Yep. All right. So that happens. When that happens, the Arbiter turns his attention entirely to Sito.
Yep.
I got you.
Knew this was coming.
I got you, girl.
Kalia.
Hey, Peter, remember that Mark idea we discussed before?
Yep. You are challenging it, huh?
Yes.
All right. Fair enough. You're invoking Mortis's wrath on it.
Yeah, Kalia walks away from the Arbiter spirit. Do what you will.
It will take its free swing because it can. Ouch.
Oh, that's a crit.
Oh dear God.
That was
I'm
a
fine.
bad decision.
That is
No, it's
a
not.
crit.
I'm fine.
So that's 15 total?
Yeah.
26. I thought it's 26.
Oh no, it's
There is no way they would do that.
no.
It is.
Oh no. Okay, so here's the thing. Its attack is actually a 3d6 attack.
Yes.
Fuck!
Dear God.
But I'm going to. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be just a flat 10 damage. So I'm going to say 20 total.
There we go.
We're gonna do what? Sorry.
20 total.
Okay. I'll take the extras. I'll take the extra. Whatever. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a ridiculously hard hitting attack.
All right. Whatever. I'm going to fucking crit. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. What can I do? I pushed the button. Things happen.
It's
Peter,
against
you gave it the advantage.
True. Otherwise, it would never hit.
All right, I'm going to.
I have deployed the appropriate post in the Discord.
All right, let me see here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I believe my. All right, I believe
that
that my
emote.
challenge. All right, I believe my challenger's mark is a bonus action. Is
It
that
is.
right? Okay.
That's correct. Divine
All
Challenge.
right. So we'll just hold to that for now. Do I have a okay? Yeah, and then I'm just going to do a regular roll attack.
All right, go for it.
because I can't do 2 bonuses. So
No.
I'll have to hold on to that. The thing is, I could have just Misty stepped away from it, but oh well.
Yes, you could have.
That's a very bad roll. So
That is a very bad roll. You've got your hero point.
I'm just thinking something there. Okay.
yeah, let's burn that hero point. Why don't we?
That's much better. That will hit.
All right.
Let me just, before you do that, I'm going to make sure about one thing. Yeah, no, the 11 would not have hit the arbiter.
Okay.
22 will though.
All right. That is all I'll do on that. It's 11 minus whatever. But because I've put my challenge on it, so
Yes, you have challenged it.
You should be able to get 2 swings. You're a level 5 martial character.
right. I completely forgot about that. I forgot that I do that now.
Yep.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
The 12 will not hit. All right.
It all evens out because I've had some okay rolls, but when I've rolled badly this combat so far, I've rolled really badly.
All right. So, normally in this situation, it would take reduced damage. You're using the artifact axe, correct, Nick?
I am using the Rod of Lordly Might axe. Yes.
You do full damage.
Sweet.
Now, so you do the full 11.
Dunk.
Yeah, it may have a fair number of hit points. Just saying.
Okay.
It looks at the axe you just hit it with. And says, "Where did you acquire that?"
Oh, so there are certain things you don't know then.
We thought that was clear from earlier when we said we did not know how the anomaly got here, or why it got here, or who.
They were clear.
There are clearly things we do not
Wow.
know. I thought that was obvious.
Referring to Cameron as it. That is even better. Fantastic.
It doesn't care.
Rude.
They don't care. Why would they care?
I know, but
All right. And Glix. I think that's it for you, right, Kalia?
That's all I can do.
Yes,
right now.
but yeah, it's like oh, there's things you don't know. At which point it's very perplexing. Wait.
Go ahead and let Glix take the thing. I would like to have Cito say something at the round's conclusion.
Fair enough.
I have advantage on the attacks because
Correct.
of the Draconic Roar, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
And you have
Let's go.
Sentinel, right, Nick?
I do.
I would say Cameron would be pointing at this one because leaving that alone puts Cito at a big risk. Is basically what Cameron.
Oh,
would
I'm
say.
already at big risk.
Yeah.
I have a plan.
Okay. I'm fascinated to know what your
going
plan
to-
is.
There's a reason why I decided, I shouldn't be hanging way the hell over here.
Hex Blades curse the Arbiter.
Okay, that is fair. What was I
5,
using for
10,
curse?
15, 20.
Whoop.
Dabbity stab.
All right.
Where is my attack with Bob? There it is.
A 22 and both the 22 and the 20 will hit.
Oh
now
my
they're gonna
God.
crit, which was a shame, but that's okay.
Oh my God, Eric.
What?
Keep going, but I think I may have gleaned on what you're doing, but I'm not sure what you're capable of. So
um,
I'm about to be terrified by this, but that's okay.
16. Okay.
plus another 6 because of Hex Blades curse, plus 3 for each of those.
All
Yep.
right. So Hexblade's curse. Let me double check something on this thing.
It is just straight damage. I looked it up.
Hexblade's curse is just straight damage.
It's just straight extra damage.
Okay, great. Okay, yeah. By the way, everything here is immune to necrotic. Just letting you know.
Yeah, which is why I didn't just hex it.
Fair enough. Hexblade curse is straight damage, though. Fair enough. So, what is the total damage you're doing? Actually,
9
technically
becomes 12 plus 10, so that would be 22.
So these are both the damage sources are even, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the rounding doesn't matter. 22, so that's 11 damage total.
Disengage and engage the other one. I can't disengage on my turn, so it gets an attack of opportunity. Kalia, do you want it? Does it want to take it so Kalia can whack it again?
And Kalia, since it's been your turn, your reaction has recharged.
Yep.
It will take its opportunity attack. Yes,
I'm going to hit it.
go for it. Take your attack roll.
Hota.
A 15 will
15.
hit.
Nice. Hata. 7.
All right, it takes
wanna
7
split
damage.
that?
Again, Kali is doing full damage to it.
Yeah.
She's using She's using a divine artifact. Turns out. All right, it gets its attack roll still, correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's marked.
But disadvantage
me.
is yeah. Also, she's got Sentinel, so it's disadvantage.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. It might miss. I'm okay with it. It doesn't know everything Kali can do yet.
Yeah.
And yes, your challenge it will take challenge damage in a minute. Yes. Again, it doesn't know the full ramifications of what a champion of Mortis means per se.
Mm-hmm.
It is vastly underestimating you guys. I'm just going to say this right now.
Well, that's why it only conjured 2 spirits.
Yes, actually. All right, so it has disadvantage, which I think is hang on. There we go. All right, so disadvantage to hit Eric. Did that?
Boo! That's exactly my
Why did not roll it twice?
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
roll again. See if it works.
All right,
That's a pretty damn good attack roll.
I'm just gonna push the button again here.
Oh,
right, the
well,
first one hit.
I guess we'll take that. I guess we'll take that 17.
Yeah, we'll take that 17. Holy
So
shit.
14 necrotic damage.
Ow.
Make a DC 13 con save.
Con save.
All right,
that
your max
sucks.
HP is reduced by the damage taken.
Oh,
No.
This is life drain.
So I just took what, 13 or 14? 14.
14. And it heals itself for half.
oh. Let's see.
Yeah, this thing is not this thing is horrible and awful. I'm just letting you know this right now.
So my
Yeah.
plan was a
Dealing
bad
with
one.
souped up wraith.
All
Basically,
right,
yes.
My plan was a
once-
terrible one. So
Fair enough.
All right.
Once per turn after making an attack that does not include the user of this ability, they suffer radiant damage
Yep.
equal to 2 plus my Ka modifier, which is 3. So 5 radiant damage.
5 radiant
to it.
damage. Are you vulnerable? Are they vulnerable to?
I'm hoping the answer is yes.
No, it merely does not resist radiant in any way, shape, or form.
All right.
Well, better. Still better than we've been all fight.
I imagine that's acceptable to you, Captain Divine Smite.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been really good if he were vulnerable
I was
to
looking,
it because
does it have any vulnerabilities? No. It's got a list of resistances a mile long, immunities, condition
We're fighting
immunities.
Spiritomb.
Yeah,
We're fighting
basically.
Jet for Spiritomb.
Basically, yeah. By the way, it has condition immunities it's got are charmed, exhaustion, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained.
Oh, she hadn't said that.
But you know what? It doesn't have immunity to being a fucking bitch. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I want to in there.
That's fair. And that's it for clicks. Would you like to say
All
something,
right.
Tito?
All right, so I said I wanted to say something at the end of the round.
That's why. Yep.
When Zito threw out the riff shot, she did that knowing exactly how this bastard was going to respond. Yeah, that got your attention, didn't it? Because there's implications in what I just did, and you understand them better than I do. But rather than educate us, you choose to stand in front of us and lord yourself over us with your alleged might.
Beachify and just kill it.
All right, next round, I guess.
I wasn't quite done.
Oh, sorry. Go, please finish.
I give you this last chance to change your mind about this course of action that you're putting forward.
We'll move on to the next step in the combat. Cameron, it just glares at you. It is looking. You can't see its eyes, but it is staring daggers through you.
It's like Cameron will see what it did to Glix in particular, and just
I
be
was about to
like,
say, if it looks to kill, but I think I might be able to do that.
Cameron will just and be like, you play.
So it's been a full round. Are we still at disadvantage?
No, it's a new round. You're no longer at disadvantage.
So everybody has it. Cameron, you have advantage now.
Oh, does that last whole combat?
No, it's until the end of Ninja's next turn.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah. No, you have advantage this turn then. Yep.
Cameron just sort of like glares at the Arbiter. It's like you, listen. It's one thing to come after me. It's one to come after my friends, you son of a bitch. And he's going to pull out the sword out of his.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Okay.
He's going to wield it two-handed.
Okay.
And just charge in and just lead off with an attack.
Go for it. If this thing had eyes, they would be goggling right now.
It's like, wow.
Now, does the sword do anything visually?
It's glowing with a pale blue fire at the moment.
Let's see here.
Which it has never done before when you drew it, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. It is not glowing with pale. It is glowing with the light, with the radiant intensity of the sun.
He's going to do a defensive command targeting Cedo.
Okay.
Cedo puts on her sunglasses.
And so he's going to make his first attack with advantage.
Yep.
That's a 22. All right.
Yep.
Oh, shoot. Come on. It's not going to do. Okay, fine. I got to do this. Roll manually. Fine. Roll 1d10 plus 4. It is 11, whatever damage it is. That's for the first attack.
All right. You're swinging a Godslayer at this. Yeah. All right. It's vulnerable to that.
He will
not
do
officially,
his,
but yeah, it's vulnerable to that.
He will do his second attack of this turn.
Yep.
And for this one, he will
double
be
damage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yes. That's 22 damage thus far. Second attack is going to be unbalanced foe targeting Kalia. So any attacks Kalia, if this hits, any attacks Kalia makes have a bonus to the attack rolls equal to his int modifier. 17.
17 will hit.
Okay. So then that will be 20 damage.
All right. So you've done 42 damage so far.
Now, the question is, should I just do the action surge or should we just play around with the whole action stratagem thing?
Oh, by the way, Skidge, if you want to have your what is the term we came up for this?
Action stratagem was the term.
No, the term for it coming into existence. I forget. No, from Saga. I'm blanking on it.
Right. This is sparking.
This is very much a sparking moment.
Yeah. So like basically as
oh damn it! I accidentally muted myself. Fuck.
I
don't want to ruin the momentum, but you did get hit with the half damage ray. So
sure.
So okay, this will be normal. The damage will be just as it is. That's fine.
Yeah. That's still like it's still
that's still 21 so far.
Out there.
Still, even so, like basically as the second attack lands, like there's just sort of like a gleam in his eyes, and he just sort of holds up this sword and just sort of in a sort of a he holds the sword in sort of a posturing sort of stance, and just sort of declares. You've trapped us in here. That was your first mistake. Everyone, let's end this. And that he burns his action surge, granting everyone. Now, what is the bonus of the damage you want to do for this, Peter?
Oh fuck! I forgot what the plan was for that.
For this one, I think that was just going to be like everyone does a bonus to their damage equal to his int modifier until the end of his next turn.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, so basically, everyone gets a +3 to all attacks to all damage that they do until the end of Cameron's next turn.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
so
additionally, I'm going to say, given the sword you're wielding and the moment,
Mhm.
everyone will ignore resistances for the turn. This is a big moment, so yes.
Somebody's about to get eaten up.
All right.
and Cameron's just sort of glaring.
He will take his 21 damage.
Yep.
Ow.
And Cameron's just sort of glaring him down. By the way, Cameron's AC is now only 17, Peter, so you can take advantage of that if you want.
How about that? All right, Injir.
Injir is now glowing with the magical fury of that. Whatever the hell Cameron just did.
I mean, Cameron inspired doing an inspirational move, but it's being bolstered by the Godslayer and given what you're fighting is which is why you're ignoring the.
Cameron is leading by example.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm embracing the bravura warlord shtick for the moment.
So, I'm still on ruler. So Injir dashes just slides underneath both their legs.
Yep.
It just goes hog on
the Arbiter. Go for it.
On the Arbiter.
So do you still get advantage then?
Yes, I get advantage.
Yep.
Okay, I was just trying to remember the timing.
It's till the end of Injir's turn.
End of Injir's turn. So attack 1.
14 will actually hit.
Attack
That's
2.
10 damage. 19 will hit. That is an additional 12, so 22.
16.
All right, I'm declaring my unarmed strike now. I mean, my flurry of blows now.
Right.
So I have to do it before I do my first unarmed strike. So, unarmed strike. And these are lightning.
Okay.
And then flurry of blows.
22, 34, 40. So it's 40. Sorry, all right, God damn it, I did my math wrong. So 10,
43, I think.
43, yes. Ow! Okay, that hurts a lot.
Injure just comes out and hits him with the freaking 100 crack fist.
All right. Well, he has a legendary reaction to go now.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. It basically it staggers back like under the flurry of blows, rises up and just glares just death at all of you and bellows, "Enough!" Everyone, give me a DC 16 wisdom save.
Ooh. Oh, cool.
I don't like that.
Ah, come on.
Ha! Oh, God. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, come on, why?
All right. Enough.
Is there something I can do to boost this? I'm off by 1.
Everyone who fails is forced to their knees and can take no actions until the end of until the end of its next turn. You cannot take actions, reactions. Your speed is 0 and can't be increased until the end of its next turn. Kalia succeeded.
There's got to be something I could do to boost this on myself. Fuck. I only need 1.
Have you used your heroic roll this session yet?
I did. I did that to avoid the first Constitution save at the start of the play.
Okay.
Oh, so this is necessitating a pretty high roll. I'd rather just have like a +1.
Really?
I mean, fair.
Okay.
I'd like to make an argument for her generally defiant nature, but
You're off by 1. It does suck.
Yep.
I know that's really freaking irritating.
Yeah, I'm off by 2, but yeah.
All right. All right. Well,
Damn, it's a real shame we aren't using the updated goblin because I would have had advantage on that.
Well, now it's come to bite you in the butt there, bucko.
All right. Arbiter Spirit's turn. Right. Well, since it's going to flit away from Glix. And
Yeah.
It can't take a reaction to stab it. So,
nope, you
okay.
cannot. And it will attempt to attack Sito.
Actually, I have an argument. It's a stupid one. I can't kneel. I'm physically incapable of it.
Yeah. Blah. You effectively bow. Nice try, but no.
She still has cover. How's that?
This thing can attack through
16.
cover.
All right, yeah, that'll
12
that'll
necrotic.
hit.
All right. Well, it is going to. All right. It is now the Arbiter's turn, and it has so many people it hates. But it like, oh god, what does it do? Like, okay, there are 2 priority targets here.
I really just need to stand up for this attack.
Well, you passed your roll. You don't have
You
to.
passed it. You rolled a
Can
19.
Kalia play possum?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I this sounds like deception to me. It's the only thing that makes sense. So
Sure. Give me a roll. Give yourself advantage on it.
okay,
11.
it's just 11.
That's fine. All right. It ignores you then, and it's going to go for Cameron because Cameron is the Godslayer, which is a bigger concern at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Skitch, but you're at full HP.
That's fine. Let's. Come on, you fucker.
All right. It is going to. Yeah.
To be fair, this is kind of what Cameron wants.
Yep.
So.
Also, it's still marked by my
I know.
challenge, though. So
Yep. No, I know. So does it have disadvantage still?
it has disadvantage from this now.
Okay, that's fine. It will swing at Cameron. Oh, God.
He'll still. Well, it hits.
Oh, that's,
I mean,
that's the wrong attack roll.
well, no,
It's the same
a
roll,
D20 plus
so it doesn't
8.
matter.
Yeah, 17 would hit.
But it
anyways,
had disadvantage, so
sure.
It takes 5 radiant damage.
yep. It doesn't have many hit points, but that won't kill it. So
All right, so go ahead
it rolls
and
its damage.
yeah, go ahead and roll the damage.
17. Con save 13. DC 13.
Okay. I'm gonna have my max HP reduced to my minus 17 for now.
Oh, only if you fail the con roll.
Oh, only if I fail the con roll. Well, let's see here.
You pass con roll.
Nice.
Your HP is not reduced.
Okay, good.
It still
good,
heals
good.
itself.
Okay. Yeah. Cameron's just like Cameron shakes and just grits his teeth. It's like I thought that attack was supposed to hurt there.
All right.
It did.
Sito, you lose your action. Kalia.
Kalia stands up.
What?
I'm going to make sure I hit.
Uh-huh. By the way, you have advantage on this roll.
You have advantage
Okay.
and +3 to the attack roll, and +6 to the damage. No, I know, and +3 to the damage. My mistake. Yeah.
All right. Where's my attack? Okay, here we go. Whoop.
Yeah,
25. All right, guess what I'm using?
Smite.
Yes.
All right.
Divine Smite. Do I have? I've only got. I do have a 2nd level spell. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Does this?
All right. When I hit with the melee weapon attack, I can spend 1 spell slot to deal 2d8 plus 1d8 for each spell level higher than first. So this is 3d8. I don't think it's technically undead or a fiend. So
No, it is not. It is neither.
all right. So this. That's the attack roll. Sorry. Whoop. So 8 plus 3 from Cameron. Is that right?
Correct.
Yep, so it's
Yes.
11.
So 11 plus 2d8 plus 1d8. So 29.
All right, it collapses. You feel like it feels like there's nothing there at first, but then the axe blade starts biting into it. You hear a screech of frustration and fury as it screams, "This is not the end!" as it collapses in on itself and disappears.
Does the Arbiter Spirit?
Yeah, please go away. That would be such a pain to deal with.
Oh yeah.
So I would regain hit points, except it's my my max is reduced.
Yep. That will fix itself after a long rest.
Okay.
So Ajir takes a moment, looks around, and realizes they actually managed to do that fight without destroying anything in this really expensive library.
Yes.
It just lets out a huge sigh of relief.
By the way, you hear noises from outside now.
Cameron kind of like just collapses to the ground and just sort of like covers his face a bit after that.
I feel sick.
Very irritating. Throw around orders, provide no reason to do so.
Yeah, that's what rich people do. They do that all the time.
Realizing he's probably the one to do this, and your heads towards the door to open it up.
I mean, the door was open the whole time.
Oh, the door was open the entire time. Okay.
Yep. That's
Cameron-
like how you could see that nothing was moving outside.
Cameron also just looks up to Kalia for a moment before just staying kind of knelt on the ground for a bit.
She offers him a hand up. Come on.
After a moment, he takes it. Good. Nice job there, Kalia. That was some. That was great.
I couldn't have done it without you. Literally.
It was quite the feint that you performed there. Not something I would expect someone of yourself to perform.
It's not the first time that she pulled a little trick on someone, but yeah.
Yeah, good to see him rubbing off on you. Thumbs up.
I'm not sure what came over me there. I just think just a mixture of having seen those rubbed figures before and seeing what they did at Glix. I just
Yeah,
kinda
they do
snapped.
not like that sword.
No.
I don't think we should sell it now.
Glix, that's the most insane thing that you've ever said. Since I've
That
met.
tells you how shitty I'm feeling. Everything hurts.
But that's
Kalia looks at Cameron, and then she looks at Sito and Glix and Angier, and she's going to look to where the piles of robes, I assume, were.
Yes, were past tense. That is correct. Yes, they're not there anymore. They're gone.
And she's going to go over to the first book that she found that she didn't tell anyone about.
Right.
mm-hmm.
And she's going to pull it out and flip through it to the relevant page.
Okay.
Cameron will obviously just walk over to all curious and then checks on Sito and Glix like, you two doing okay?
I mean, I'm not dead. I mean, it feels like I am, but I'm not.
Ito heals herself.
It'll work on you, not unlike on Glitz right now.
Yeah, he's at max.
Everyone sucks. I hate them.
Understandable.
I
This
didn't
point,
want
Zeta
to.
will start to play.
I didn't want to share this with you until I found out more, at least. But she'll hand the book with the open pages to Cameron and just kind of point out the relevant passage. These beings, or a being like this one, and presumably others like it, have manipulated at least one passing of the pantheon to another. Supposedly because some sort of great danger was at hand, and things needed to change.
So they probably were the ones that started the war.
Perhaps. Perhaps they simply made it apparent to Oceanus and others that conflict was necessary.
And based on what we saw, the scholars of Pyrrhus and Pyrrhus himself were directly investigating the gates, the nature of how they worked, and they would have been the first target of their ire, if anything.
When I first read this, I thought there is either some mistake or there must be some reason why the gods that we have known in our lifetime have reacted the way that they did, trusted these beings, and acted upon their advice. But the way that they reacted to your sword, to this axe, makes me think that there are players at work that are leading us to do these things that these arbiters aren't aware of somehow.
Yeah, Bob, how come you didn't work on those things?
I don't know. Surprised me too.
I
My point is, I wasn't sure how to react to this because it might have indicated that perhaps Mortis would have wanted me to work with these beings, seemingly the same way that he did eons ago. But if there are still some secrets being kept between them, then it might be that that's not the case. Maybe these beings are wrong about what's going to happen. Maybe their intentions are not as noble or as necessary as they would like us to believe.
maybe they even misled Mortis about the stakes in order to accelerate things.
Possibly. Maybe some of the gods that we serve regret the decision that they made. I don't know, and we can't know unless we keep on going.
Well,
No, not like if Bob and Robes was going to deter our paths anyway.
no. This also has been making me think about what we've talked about in the past about what I know and how it pertains to all this. Part of me was wondering, I never suspected that these individuals were responsible for me being here. I just had to ask, but if what you're with what you're positing, Kalia, and what you even alluded to before, Cito, maybe, I don't know, this may seem really wild. Like maybe Pyrrhus was the one who led me to this, as he gestures to the sword he's holding. Or
I
someone.
definitely feel that there is a string puller behind our actions, and whoever these individuals would be are not on the same stage,
No.
or at least not in the same cast.
Yeah. But I don't. Given the threat that they pose to me and, well, to everyone here, I don't feel comfortable being secretive about what's about myself anymore, you know?
It doesn't
You
seem
mean-
particularly worthwhile to go to such lengths, although I imagine most would simply disbelieve if they heard.
I mean, I'm already an odd-looking sort myself, and if I were to say anything about the past and how things are, I'm going to be drawing confused looks anyway, and it's not like anything else I'm going to do is going to. I guess my only choices are to be quiet and not draw any attention to myself, and possibly risk being often silenced, or be open about what I know, and at the very least, if anything happens, what I know is at least out there and possibly able to make some change. But maybe I have an opportunity to even enact change on my own with you all. It's just, I just don't like being so secretive about everything. It makes it,
Lonely.
yeah, like I'm here in body only, and I don't belong here in some essence. But the
Whoa, whoa,
and the
whoa, 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 dude! Wherever you are, you belong there. That's just the way things work.
yeah, what I was going to say is that me being silent about things only exacerbates that reality. If I'm more honest and open about who I am, it I think it will help ground me a bit better in this place in this time. So, that being said, there's still questions we have for those who work here. Why do they have so many books of Pyrrhoses here? For one,
Oh,
and
they're
I
crazy
guess
monks.
Yeah, as you looks around, it's like, yeah, I was wondering about that too.
I have a couple ideas about why that might be the case, but we can talk about that, I guess, when we reconvene with those in charge. Um, but
So, in response to this, Sito will kind of stop playing her harp, and then she'll begin again with a new little bit. And in summary, it's basically kind of a summarization of Cameron's story up to this point.
Cameron, you were right before when you said that you didn't choose for this to happen to you. I think in some way, all of us had a limited choice in terms of what has brought us here. I was brought here by my mission. Injir was brought here because of the duty that he was sent on. Cedo had some form of message sent to her. And Glix, well, there's all of the faith stuff that he's been wrapped up in.
don't forget
Yeah,
the
I got an
treasure,
old lady trying to get me to do stuff.
and don't forget the treasure, Glix.
Well, yeah, treasure goes with everything.
But
Pretty sure some treasure would make me feel better.
So I imagine like Cameron's just like dying there. It's like, Glix, don't forget the treasure.
No, Cameron is actively like tearing up a bit over all this. Like, don't mistake. Like that is actually happening. So
Fair enough.
But just because things have led us here that weren't our own choice doesn't mean we don't have power to decide what we do next.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, let's throw
guess.
a wolf in the nursery and see what happens. What? That's a common goblin saying.
What?
Like monkey wrench in the works. It's a wolf in the nursery.
I guess, in a way, drawing this sword and using it is sort of an example of that, right? I could have chosen to just sort of kept it stowed away and just hide it, but putting it to use is a little bit of agency that I have in the moment. I guess the other thing for me was when I drew out the weapon, I started thinking about not just myself and not just you all, but for really just everyone that was around in my time. The civilians, the soldiers, the gods themselves, and just the idea of, well, still wondering whether or not they deserved what happened to them and whether their deaths were in vain. And I think all that just sort of pushed me to just do something and not just be a leaf blowing in the wind.
Hey, Cam. I'm pretty sure you're the only one with here in this room right now. They ain't got someone pushing something onto them. You got like the most choices out of anyone here. I think you're doing all right.
Yeah, thanks, Glix. And then Cameron turns Glix's hat around again.
I would say something, but everything hurts too much. So I kick you.
Cameron pulls
I'm
Glix.
I'm not well enough to talk, but I am well enough to inflict violence.
Cameron reaches with his free arm and just pulls Glix in for like a hug.
He hugs you back, goes, "Ew, human."
That is never speak of the thing yet.
You should be saying "ew, anomaly," but I guess human will do.
There are no anomalies in Ingir's house. He's made this very clear.
You think too much like a human to be an anomaly, so shut up. Seriously, it's all up in my back of my nose. It's terrible.
Right. Well, if I'm willing to share more information with those in charge here when we ask about why they have what they have. And if they choose to believe me, that's fine. And if they don't, well, as I said before, it's not my problem if they can't understand what's going on.
I mean, there's Elderberry and Here's bitch teacher. The others, I don't think they count.
I have a feeling that at least one of them might hear what I say and regard it with at least. They might play along with it to be polite, but that might still be enough. Well,
Ingir kind of pops up. It's like, I will of course support you as best I can.
That's completely fine. All I ask is that sometimes, hey, take it easy when you're talking a little low about the gods and stuff of the past. They were doing their best, right?
It's true. With all this new information, it seems like a lot of people were used, even them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we better check it. I think we got most of what we needed out of this, huh?
Any more books we want to nick?
Ingir's like, actually, yes, and he heads right over to the martial arts section and just
punch good.
looks like it's like is there anything? He's like forbidden techniques.
Probably, sure, why not?
It just grabs it and hands it to Glix. Hide that from me for now.
8-point exploding palm.
I would love
that just reads "kick butt" or your money back.
Mind if I throw a really dumb idea, Peter?
Yeah.
there's like a CQC book that is written by someone with a last name Novell.
Could be handy.
but the injured does not need to actually take it, but it's just like,
That's funny. All right.
I have actually
Mhm.
now that Kali has actually like gotten some of her certainty back after violence, because that that helps her to
great
decide
therapy.
what
It
she's
helps to
ready.
crystallize the options.
Oh,
there.
she was about to have a crisis of faith and identity and all this stuff, and then this all happened. She was like, you know what? No, and I'm fine now.
I mean, if it's fair,
This is
actually.
why the chainsaw is the great communicator.
Well, I mean, this is no longer going to be relevant to her, but it was going to be, which was, she got the idea of like, well, why did Mortis ally with these people and all that stuff? But now, because of what she has learned from the comments made during and just before the battle, she's like, oh, okay, no, there is more at work here than just that impression.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I don't have to be questioning myself over whether or not
Yeah.
my god is a bad guy now.
yeah, Cam, like you can almost kind of see the look from Cameron about all this, and there's just sort of like an understanding, just like there's almost like a dissolving of the doubts from his perspective as well, because I think Cameron's had the same thoughts for quite a while, and just like, okay, maybe, yeah.
So I'm going to go back to looking for those sigils that I interrupted myself doing
Right.
before.
So
I'm not done in the library.
I'm just gonna point out something that I think is important that ain't no one mentioned yet. These guys are stupid. Like, if this is their first this is the first time trying to like get us to do what they want, this is the dumbest way to do it.
That's what I said earlier.
These guys are dumb.
They really should have, like, listen, they really failed, strategy 102, and that is like, 101 is like learning how to pick your fights. Strategy 102 is research before you learn how to pick your fights. And 103 is you don't pick fights, you pick assured victories.
I have a conjecture. It may well be that for all of their seeming capabilities of presence and knowledge, perhaps they could not travel to the center islands.
Yeah, we ain't seen them
After
there.
all, most of the tricks that we pulled out against them, we acquired there, and they had no knowledge of them.
Good point.
Yeah. Granted, I'm surprised. Well, you know what? Man, that Arbiter really sucks with his underlings. They should have told him that I had this sword the whole time. He would have known about it coming in, but I guess, man, their chain of command must really suck.
Maybe they're like got different like gangs involved, all of them like trying different things.
Possibly. Or maybe just not enough time passed for them to actually reconvene and meet about it. But still, yeah, because the only time the first time I ran into them was on our way out, and even then I was in the primordial plane of fire, which they can reach, but that's not in the center of things.
Tito gets a smile and looks at Kalia. I wonder how that individual would have responded if you still had the scythe of Mortis.
Curious.
Well,
We never did find out who sent those creatures to obtain that item.
oh damn it! I just realized something.
That is true. It
It's
doesn't
like-
seem. They don't seem to act the same way, though.
Cameron like draws out the sword again. It's like I should have asked him what this thing was fucking called. He was so scared about it. He must have known what it was. But by the way, I'm assuming that it's not like enshrouded in flames at the moment.
As right now, it is just a sword, as far as you can tell.
It's like also, I'm going to assume my hands did not burn
They
from
did
it
not.
when I was
Nope,
wielding it.
they were fine.
Okay, good.
It was no longer had been bathing in the heat of the primordial plane of fire for a millennia.
I believe he
Or
called
you
that
can call it Boss Choppa.
I believe that the being called it the oh shit, how did you get that? Oh god, why?
Man, that was so dumb of him.
I have a really stupid suggestion for what it could be called.
All right.
The
Is there any-
Violet Light.
all right. So
I have an idea for it too, but we'll talk about it later.
okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to get to. I want to say. I will get to the charcoal rubbing the sigils next session because I need to figure out what they. I need to remember what I need to go back through my notes and find what they were supposed to be.
Right. This is from a while ago.
Yeah. But I think this is a good break point to wrap up at. Unless there's anything else anybody wants to do before we do.
I mean,
Uh,
I would say that like the only things I can think of are things we can deal with in that session, like the chats with like the like elderberry and
That stuff I need to
others.
prep.
Yeah.
That stuff I need to prep
Right?
for. is my
Yeah,
point.
like that. That's like
I'm not ready for those at the moment. So
I
like that everybody. I like that everybody started calling her Elderberry, and that is now her official nickname.
I just forgot what the name.
I didn't want to comment on that, but yes, I was occasionally thinking about making references to pie and wine because of that. But yeah,
that one's on Eric.
Yep, that's entirely my fault.
I'm-
'cause
My line of thinking is a little more crass. How does this relate to that Monty Python line?
Yeah. But
that
but-
too.
mother's
Yes.
called of elderberries.
but Cameron will kind of reaffirm something from earlier. Once he puts the sword away, he'll just reach over, just like put an arm on Kalia's shoulder and just be like, thanks again for all this, Kalia.
You're welcome. Sometimes we all need a little bit of help.
Yeah. Especially Glix. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I agree with you. I think so.
Yeah, speaking of which, everything still hurts.
Glix, we should teach these monks how to play cards before we
We are-
leave.
Absolutely going to do
Speaking
that.
of these monks, I suppose we now have an answer of why there's a bunch of aesthetic monks training themselves to be as powerful as they can be when they're sitting upon an archive of dangerous knowledge such as this.
Right. Yeah. That would be one
Maybe?
explanation.
Question, I guess, for everyone,
Which-
because I can't recall this detail. Go ahead. Finish up on this thought. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to say that was basically what Sito had guessed prior session. So,
Oh, okay.
so it's like basically this is her way of saying I called it.
All right. Well, I guess this is primarily for Word. Had you mentioned before that Sito had gotten that inspiration to go looking into stuff about the gates from like a vision of some kind?
Way once upon a time, pretty much like soonish after we ended up on
In
the
the-
island.
Yeah.
Because we like did the throwdown with I'm gonna say Urgathoa, even though I know that's wrong. She did confide with the rest of them once we kind of like hit the like the temple room, I think, or something around there. That like well, now that the gate shenanigans have been happening, and it's like I have to kind of
Okay.
trust you all. She did drop that fact.
Okay, I couldn't recall that. So
Yeah,
Fair
her
enough.
plot line has kind of been a little off the rails for a while.
Yeah.
So wait, is it like was it like a dream or like someone like show up to you while you were walking around? What was it?
To reiterate,
Did you get really drunk?
No.
no.
You-
in
Wrong
the
kind of
dream.
Actually, no. It was the first time we were in the restaurant. That's where it was.
Yes.
Because that's where she
Oh,
had
that
the
was
vision.
forever ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the first time we were in the tavern, and that's when she had the vision. When a prior time she was there, so that's when she told everyone. I remember now.
Yeah.
So when she was when she was at the tavern at the end of the world, she had a vision of about this.
It's like basically she had like a vision involving the gates and basically not like a gesh, but like
A compulsion almost.
a compulsion to investigate the gates when by modern polite society that's a thing you don't do.
Right.
So returning to polite society and whatnot, that kind of changed things for her.
Mm-hmm.
but she was very much conscious at the time. She was sitting at a table. And considering that all this thing's about, like, oh yeah, it's not yet time, and that's a place that is either further or outside of time, who can say? I imagine the order came from perhaps someone who has not made the order yet.
That's entirely possible, yes.
Yeah. But like,
I'm not saying whether it is or not, but that is definitely a possibility.
oh, and Cameron does have like a parting word for Cito as she starts to move away. It's like, oh, hey, Cito, you've gotten really good with that rifle there. You know that?
I hear that my performances are moving.
You're fired.
Everybody just goes, and the string just like freezes like some sitcom.
Good night, everybody.
Everyone throws their heads back and laughs as it freeze frames on credits start rolling.
How long do these laughs go on? The worse the joke, the longer the laugh.
Oh God, I have words about that when we hang up.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think it's good.
All right,
great.
Can I follow that with?
Yeah, fair enough.
Really.
That's the end of the session for this week, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you're watching us YouTube, hi YouTube. We record this Saturday afternoon, starting around about 2:30 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/mechagm. If you enjoyed the episode, give us a like. Comments are always welcome. We love that. It helps get the attention of the algorithm and all that jazz. If you want to subscribe to the channel, that way you know when new episodes go live. And as I said, feel free to come over to Twitch and check it out. But that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Hey,
everyone.